here goes nothing. We have pressed the record button. Oh Lord, get me through this first video. It's not like I've never done this before. Why am I tripping? I don't know. Hey everybody, my name is Deigh Tra'Lece and welcome to my YouTube channel. We made it, y'all. We're here. It is wild. But I wanted my first video to explain how I got here, how this first video came about. So if you read the title, this video is on my journey with the Esther Fast. If you're watching this video on the day that it released, it is my 33rd birthday. It is my Jesus year, y'all. And coming into and approaching 33, I was just at a timeline on my life. And I had these thoughts that, oh, I should have been doing this by now, or I should have had this by now, or I should have been doing this by now. And it's like, no, it's supposed to be. This is not how it's written for you. So I made the decision to participate in a community fast called the Esther Fast. It was put together by a young lady named Tracy J here on YouTube, Instagram. She has a blog. I personally follow her blog to get her daily devotionals every week. Well, her weekly devotionals every week. And this particular week, she talked about the Esther Fast approaching. And I read her comments and I read her spiel or her blog post on the Esther Fast. And I was like, you know what? I am going to give this a try. I need some guidance. I need a word from God. I need a word from Him Himself. I need to shut off worldly things and literally tap in to hear from Him. So I did just that. The fast was 3 days. So I just wanted to kind of tell y'all my experience, what I went through, trials and tribulations, ups and downs, because we all have them. And yeah, welcome y'all to my YouTube channel. We're here, baby. I'm excited. Whatever you hear, you were meant to hear it. I am a firm believer that God will use someone that you don't even know to share a word, His word for you. This fast is based off of Esther in the Bible, the book of Esther, who was an orphan turned queen. And Esther fasted for 3 days to save herself and her people. Now, in the Bible, they did a 3-day dry fast. Yes, a dry fast. No water, no food. That's not my ministry, okay? I decided that I was not ready to just do water for 3 days. So my modification was a water fast with 1 meal a day. I meal prepped those meals for 3 days, which was a protein and a vegetable. Still no sugar. I tried to do no carbs, but on a 3-day water fast with modification of 1 meal a day. Day one. Day one was great. I woke up at 6 a.m. I read my prayer book. The book that I've been reading for my morning prayers is Wake Up Girl and Push Through. Everything that I mentioned in this video, I'll link down below for y'all. But this is what I've been reading in the mornings. I followed that up by my morning Bible read. My one for the month of February is about the love of God. So each day I'll read a verse and I will meditate on that verse for that morning. I would then go into praise and worship. I had a praise and worship playlist that I kept on repeat for these 3 days. Okay. My morning also she would have a daily devotional. I believe everything is still available, so even if you want to get together with a group of friends and do this fast, I think everything is still available for you. The workbooks, the videos, all of that is still available. So if so, I will actually just link her blog her website down in the description box and you can check it out for yourself. It was very informative. It was the most amazing experience I think I've ever had. Morning worship, I would listen to, her video devotional. A1. The sis just did it. Okay, she did it. She spoke to me on levels that I didn't even know I needed. There were some questions in the work guide that she provided that you writer. So everything that I went through, I wrote down. It's also how I retain information. It also gives me the opportunity to look back and see where I would get up and I would do my morning routine. I shut off all worldly things, TV, Instagram, YouTube. I put my phone on do not disturb. I did not talk to anyone except for my mom for a couple of days. But for the most part, I shut off all worldly things except my mom and work. And I am in a field where I have to talk to people every day. So that was the only communication that I had with human beings in 3 days. After that morning routine, I would continue to work. I decided that I would fast until 5 p.m., which is when I got off work. So 5 p.m., I would be able to eat dinner. Day one, at 4:55, I would put my food in the microwave. I drank only water all day. Day one, I then took about a gallon, probably like a little bit over a gallon on that first day of water. I haven't had that much water since like 2020. Okay. I'm not a girl that has issues with drinking water. Drinking water is not a problem for me. But a gallon of water a day, baby, that was a challenge in itself. But we made it through. After I had dinner, I would immediately go into worship. I forgot to mention that on the first day we were to read Esther's chapter 1 through 4, 1 through 3. 1 through 3, I think. I wrote it down. 1 through 3. So that morning I read chapters 1 through 3, and I used the application study Bible. If you have trouble understanding the Word of God, get you a study Bible. I absolutely love it. It just breaks things down into ways that I can understand. And most of it it's verse by verse. So I would read the Bible on my iPad or phone. I have the Bible app on every device that I own. So I would read the Bible and then I would go to my study journal and highlight just key points and key things that stood out to me during that read. So that night I would go back into my study Bible and write down in my journal the key points that I got from that. I would follow up by answering the questions. If there was a question in the devotional, I would have questions like, what do you desire spiritually? What has held you back in life? How do you desire to feel and think during this fast? How do you desire to feel after the fast? So I just wrote down my biggest desires. I broke them down: career, love, health, friendships. I just broke it down and I really spoke to God through journaling. I wrote down my verse of the day. The Bible app gives you an alert for the verse of the day. So I would just write that down and kind of meditate and pray on that. The question that day was, what are your mental blockages? So I wrote down everything that I felt like was holding me back. What was blocking me from being my best authentic self? So that was day one. Day one was a breeze. Now day two. Day two was a different story. Day two was a little bit of a struggle. Day two, we got up, we did our morning struggle with food. Like I sat down at my work desk and I immediately smelled pizza sauce. It was the weirdest thing ever, but I immediately, like, I kept smelling pizza sauce. And all I had to do, or all I could do, was drink my water and just pray my way through it. The smallest things, I would just pray my way through them. If I would get frustrated at work, I would pray my way through them. Like, I took 10 minutes to myself sitting at my work desk, and I just started praying and worshiping because I was having a moment. I also had this weird craving for peanuts in Texas. So during this time, there was also a winter storm. So I couldn't even leave the house if I wanted to because there was ice everywhere. So I got my way through the pizza sauce incident. And then, like, around noon, 1 o'clock, I was like, no, I have to listen to my body. I was like a little hesitant, and I tried to just like drink my water to get through it, but my body was literally like, no ma'am, I need something. You're gonna have to give me something. I had to listen to my body, which is perfectly okay. Give yourself some grace if you decide to embark on this fast, and as long as your heart is in the right place, God is not worrying about if you have a little something, you know, to snack on. So what I did was I made peanut butter crackers, little Ritz crackers that in the individual roll, spreaded some peanut butter and made a little cracker sandwich with some peanut butter. And that got me through that noontime hump. That got me through actually the work day until it was time for dinner. Again, had the same thing, 4:55, between 4:55 and 4:57, baby. I was at the microwave warming up my meal prep, okay? Ate my meal, immediately went into worship. That day was Esther chapter 4 through 6. Also, while this was happening, we were in the midst of winter revival at church. So I would do work for my fast during the day, and I would watch the sermon for winter revival at night. Baby, that was a whole experience in itself. Okay, would watch revival. I read Esther 4 through 6, and that is where God spoke to me clear as day. Question for day 2 is, Lord, what am I bound to? So I asked the question. I wrote in my prayer journal, Lord, what am I bound to? Right? And baby, he answered almost immediately. I heard clear as day, as if someone was literally standing in the room with me, fear. And I was like, what? Not bad habits, mistakes I've made, unmotivated, not determined, not being obedient, but fear? And I heard God say, yes, fear is what's keeping you bound from being what I need you to be. And I was like, okay, I gotta take it. I can't, you're not gonna lie to me. And so I followed that up by, what is it that you want me to do? And at that moment, after I asked that question, I was physically drained. So that's how I know it's time for me to go to bed, is when that means I've exhausted everything that I have in me into prayer and worship, and it's time for me to go to bed. I turned off all the lights and I laid down and I closed my eyes. And I kid y'all not, when I closed my eyes, I saw this very exact moment. The intro that I just said, the way my hair looks right now, not where I'm sitting, I was sitting somewhere different. And I was talking about my experience with this fast. And I turned on my light and I said out loud, Lord, you have to be kidding me. This again? And he was like, yeah, because this is what I need you to do. And I was like, but Lord, you know it comes with this territory. And he literally said, so? Like, so what? You're protected. This is what I need you to do. I got work for you to do. So here we are. That is how we got to this exact moment, y'all. I kid you not. Because I was not looking forward to. It's always something that I wanted to do. It's something that I've done in the past before YouTube was really a thing and a whole production. But back then we didn't have internet trolls and, you know, unwarranted opinions and somebody always having to criticize and ridicule and being bold behind keys. That wasn't a thing, at least not on my channel at the time. So it was like, now that I see, I'm an avid YouTube watcher, so I see what happens. And this is what you want me to put myself through? And he was like, you're protected. I got this, but I need you to obey and do the work. All I need you to do is do the work. I got the rest of it. I just need you to do the work. And I said, Lord, I surrender. I surrender. You got it. Because I'm so tired of being in the space that I was in. And it's because I was not obeying. And so I immediately woke up, grabbed the journal, started writing down things that I want to talk about, things I want to say. I even took out my iPad and recorded that moment. Nobody will ever see that video. But I even took out my iPad and recorded myself in that moment. Because I'm like, I need something to look back on and say, oh my God, like, God did it. God did it. So day 2 of the Esther Fast was an amazing experience. It was the first time that I heard God that clear. Day 3, yesterday, not yesterday when you're watching this video, but yesterday for me recording this video, was a struggle. My body was exhausted. I was so tired. I did not get the best sleep the night before. And I was physically exhausted. So, instead of my morning starting at about 6, it started roughly around 7:30. And I started work at 8:30. So I had to kind of shift the thing. I had to prioritize a little bit different. But we made it work, okay? Because God showed up and showed out last night too, okay? So I did my prayer book. I did my daily Bible read. We had praise and worship. And then I had to start working. Again, praying my way through the day. Feeling pretty good, just tired. By the time that I got off of work, I was exhausted to the point where I really couldn't even really eat. So when it was time for me to eat, I wasn't really hungry, but I knew that I had to eat because that was going to be my only meal for the day. So I started eating it, and I made the same thing for the 3 days. So it was like, I'm kind of over it. So I ate what I could and I just tossed the rest. But I was like, this is not gonna hold me through the night. So I made some more peanut butter crackers. And I ate the peanut butter crackers, and then I tried to read Esther 7 through 10. And my eyes was like, no ma'am. So I took a nap. It was the most peaceful nap that I ever had. There was no distractions. Like, when I woke up, I heard God say, okay, we got some stuff we need to do and we got to talk about, so you need to get up. But usually when I go to sleep that early, there's like dogs barking outside, kids playing outside. By this time, the ice had melted, so people were like moving around. but either people were just not moving around, or God literally silenced things around me in order for me to rest. And I'm gonna go with that he silenced things around me so that I could rest. And when I woke up, baby, it was an experience that I cannot put into words. I read chapters 7 through 10 of Esther, which was the end of the book. I finished a book in the Bible. I don't think I've read a full book of the Bible since I was like a kid. I finished 2 in 4 days, because Revival, we was reading the book of Haggai, and I finished that book. I mean, they are shorter books of the Bible, but the fact that I finished 2 of them in 4 days, glory be to God. So I finished the book of Esther. Questions that were at the end of our devotional, and these questions weren't normal questions. These questions really made me dig deep, and think. And one of the questions that was asked, I'm only going to go over one, because it's the one that I had the most trouble with, and I really had to turn to God and literally ask him this question. This is testimony time, y'all. I kid you not. So the question is, what is God wanting to establish you in? What is God wanting to establish you? And I was like, God, I do not know the answer to this question. Lord, I do not know. And I just kept thinking, and I'm like, I haven't had trouble really expressing myself this far. So why are you holding me back now? And I was like, well, maybe I missed something in this morning's devotional. I was tired this morning, so maybe I missed something. So I got on YouTube, and instead of doing what I normally do, which is go to Morgan's email blast and clicking on the video there, that way it takes me right to the YouTube video. I don't have to worry about scrolling. I didn't do this last night. I actually clicked on the YouTube app and I began scrolling. I know. But it all works out for the good for God's glory. So I watched the video. It was a story time. It had nothing to really do with what was happening. Mind you, keep in mind that I had just asked God, reveal to me what it is that you want to establish me in. And after I watched the story time video, I came across someone that I'm subscribed to. Her channel name is Faceovermatter. Amazing human being. I will also leave her channel in the description box below. If you've never seen her before, I just check her out, but specifically watch the her 2022 recap video. That's the video that I watched last night. I got to almost the end of the video, and she said something that blew my mind. And it blew my mind because immediately after she said it, I heard God say, that's your answer. And she said something along the lines of, when you fully fall into God's hands, you'll be amazed at what happens. And I was like, trusting in him? That's it? That's all? That's all you want me to do? I can do that. I think I can do that. And I heard, just like I heard the word fear, I heard, that is your answer. You need to trust me. And I said, oh my God. And so it kind of, me and God kind of started having this conversation. I kid you not. Baby, I wrote it down. Okay? I wrote it down. We started having this conversation. And it's like, so yeah, she asked the question, what is God wanting to establish you in? But I feel like the question should have been, what is God wanting to establish you in this season? Because there's a season for everything, right? And I feel like in this season that I'm in, God is saying, I need you to trust me. I need you to listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying to you. And I said, again, I wrote down the word this time. Last time I just said, I surrender. You got it. It's yours. This time I actually wrote down the word surrender. And I mean surrender my entire being. Everything that I am, from head to toe, surrender it. Not surrender the things that I want him to fix. Not surrender the things that could go wrong or things that I truly have no control already written, baby. And I was like, wow. So this ties into yesterday or day 2 when you told me to just do it. I got you. I just need you to do the work. I just need you to trust me. I need you to trust me that I have something that I need for you to say. I have some lives that need you. They need you. You have some type of influence. I've gifted you that. I just need you to do the work. And the questions after that, baby, I was journaling and praying. Journaling and praying. And usually I have a specific journal to journal, and then I have a prayer journal. Now last night, it's all together. Me and God had a whole conversation. Okay? I woke up this morning, y'all, feeling brand new. I kid you not. I woke up this morning feeling brand new. And I am excited to see the move of God in this place, in my life. And y'all get to witness it because I plan on sharing. God doesn't want me to be silent. He doesn't want me to celebrate in silence. He doesn't get his glory that way. So in order for me to be able to give God the glory that he deserves, I gotta obey. So I'm gonna obey. So yeah, that was my experience with the Esther Fast. Okay, so now that we've gotten that out the way, again, everything that I mentioned or talked about in this video will be in the description box below. But I got a surprise for you, baby. I got a surprise for you, girl. So if you follow my social media, i.e. Instagram, then you know I am a avid journal person. I like to write things down. I do not keep a grocery list in my phone. I write down my grocery list. I'm that girl. I'm that girl in the store with pen and paper, baby, okay? Because I write it down. And I just love to journal. It's a great way to express yourself. It's a great way to release. This world is tough. It's tough, baby. So happy, sad moments, whatever. Glad moments, whatever. Affirmations, prayers, I write it down, okay? I need to be able to go back and look to see. So I created last year my very first journal. It's a self-care journal that I created just for women mainly, to just a reminder to take time for yourself. Take a moment, whether it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you know, a full day, whatever the case may be. Just take some time for yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup, baby. You have to refuel. Okay, you have to refuel. So the journal is just a reminder for you to just take a moment for yourself. So that will be in the description box below. I would love your support. I would love your feedback on it. It would mean the world to me, especially on my birthday. This is a testament of how God works in mysterious ways. So in the making of my journal, Take Time for Yourself, I was like, okay, so what's next? It's here. It is here, baby. It's here. Do you see her? She's a glossy finish. The first book is a matte finish. I'll probably make a video like comparing the two. But there she is in all her glory. And the back it says, by faith, it is already done. Y'all see my reflection. It says by faith it's already done. This book is also available only on Amazon. Again, the link will be in the description box below. It comes with 40 prayer prompts. So if you don't know what to pray about, or if you're not sure what to pray about, here's a little help for you. There are times where I'm just not sure, like I know what I need to be praying for, but I'm just not sure of how to get the words out. Sometimes I'll just search it on Pinterest. Like I'll say prayer for wisdom, and so many prayers will come up, and I will just write it. I have a prayer now that I say for my work day. I wrote it down in my journal, and before I start work, I open it and I speak over and pray over my workspace and the people that I come in contact with that day. It just makes me have a much better work day. There is the prayer journal, also released today. And I'm excited. So if you've made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you. You get to enter into the giveaway to receive the Take Time to Pray journal. Prayer works. Prayer truly works. And I am a true testament that prayer works. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. This will be a more lifestyle type of channel. Y'all tell me what y'all want to see, and I will do my best with the grace of God to make that happen for you. So I thank each and every one of you for your love and support now and in the future. And if you always loved and supported me in everything that I do, I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.